everyone, it's Anne here again. What I have here is two pictures the same. They're from Reenie's Digis. You don't have to use Digis as long as you have two pictures that are the same. The digitals just make it so much easier to get two identical pictures. And you need to have two the same because we're going to sacrifice one to enhance the other. And much as I love this, it's a flat picture and I want to raise the surface and give it some more dimension. So when you've got your two pictures, you need to decide which elements you're going to raise, and it's usually the ones in the foreground that you want to bring out more. So I've already decided I'm going to do this mushroom and that mushroom and the wings of the dragonfly. So we don't need this anymore, but I'm sure I'll find a use for that. I'm not going to waste it. Alright, just put that over to the side and work on these pieces. Going to need a sponge mat. It can just be a thick piece of foam or a mouse mat for a computer, or failing that, if you haven't got anything, you could just use a folded up piece of fabric to give it a bit of cushioning. And you're going to need some of these ball tools, like that, and some glue. Oh, probably some of these foam squares. Alright, so we'll make a start. Now, I'm just going to spray that lightly with water on the back. It just makes the paper a little more able to be have the fibres broken down and make it pliable. So I'm just going to run over the back of it with a large ball tool. And as you can see, it's curling up. I'm going to go down to a smaller size now. And that's completely concave now. It's not flat anymore, as you can see. So that's going to stick up off the page. So we'll do the other bits. Little spray of water. Rub it quite hard, but not hard enough to split the card. Oh, I should have said that I had copied these digis onto a thin card. You could do it with paper if you wanted to. You just have to be a bit more careful with the ball tools. Okay, I've got the wings. Okay, so I've got my pieces now. And I'll bring in the original picture. And we'll start to put them back on. And I'm going to use some of these foam squares just to put a little bit of padding underneath, so that if you were to put this in a journal and put other pages on top of it, they won't squash flat. They'll retain their dimension. Okay, I just go around the edge with a little bit of archive ink. Okay. And just a little round the edge, I'm going to put a little bit of extra glue just to make sure the edges stay down. And pop that back where it's, well, not where it came from, but where it fits. That's my small one. There. I'm just going to press the edges down like that. Okay, don't think that's going anywhere. Now we'll take the next one. Would have been easier if I'd done this when it was flat, but once again I forgot. I always forget those edges until after the event. A little bit of extra glue. That one goes there. Did I do with the bowl tool? Here it is. Just press that down. And go to the wings. Now I think with the wings, I'm not going to glue them all down. I think I might just turn the edges of the outside of the wings up a little bit. So I'll pat them underneath the middle, but I want to be able to curl these up. So we'll only put the padding underneath half of it. Probably just need a little piece of one of these. That was the one I inked. Dopey. I hope there's not too much background noise. One of my neighbours is mowing his grass, so I hope you can't hear that. Right, a little bit of glue. But I'm not putting it on the very tips, just halfway up. I want to be able to curl those up. Okay, put that down there, like that. Okay, I'm just going to push on the edge of those wings a bit just to give them a bit of lift on the edge, like that. So he stands up a bit more. Okay, I think the only thing I'm going to do now is to apply a little bit of gold. I've got some of this Lindy's Magical Powder. Just put a tiny weeny bit in a little container and some water. And just mix it up. I might just touch the edges of the wings with a little bit of gold. It doesn't show up very much until it's dry, actually. Okay, and the rest I'm just going to flick. Okay, that's enough. Alright, now I need to let that dry. But I don't know if you can see that on the camera. Maybe if I tilt it, you'll be able to see that that's made it so much more three-dimensional. I've got a couple here that are dry that I did. That might be easy to see them on that. These are before and after. Obviously this one was before and this one's after. You can see that. And for this one I cut the leaves out and just run a bit of glue down the middle to glue them back down so I could lift up the leaves of the fern off the page. Same here. I also padded the word ticket and the little number here, as well as the 2 mushrooms. Depends how much patience you have at fussy cutting. I could have done a lot more on this one. The fern would have been very nicely to do, but trying to fussy cut out that fern is a bit of a stretch of my patience. So just do the bits that you like and just make them come up off the page. Got this other one here, that's the before and that's the after of that one. And I padded the stamp and I cut out the frill and the mushroom, and again I did the leaves by just gluing down the centre and lifting the actual edges of the leaves from the page. Hope you can see that. Alright, so there you have it. We've got those 2, and when this one's dry we've got this one, and I just love those. They make a nice page or even a card. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them yet, but they look really nice and I love the 3D. Alright, that's all I have for you today, but I thank you very, very much for watching, and I'll catch you again very soon. Have fun. Bye.